Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you're watching my show, you're in my corner. Okay, today's episode is a post-fight show for Thompson versus MacDonald, UFC welterweight clash of the ages main event. And before I get started, I just want to do a shout out to my numero uno, my number one fan, Matt Smith. Thanks for watching. You're in my corner. Unlike some people, you know who I'm talking about, bro. Yeah. Okay, so with that out of the way, it's a post-fight rundown of the main card. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Rory MacDonald, and this went. I can't believe it. It went to a unanimous decision for Stephen Thompson. I thought it was going to be a first or second round knockout for Stephen Thompson, but he outpaced him on the striking, and he kept working that jab and found his reach early on and used his footwork really well. That karate background for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson really paid off. Rory MacDonald has to recoup and think about what he's going to do for his career from this point on. But I think Rory MacDonald, 2 losses, it's not the end of his career. He's still a young guy. He can bounce back. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, he won. It was 50-45 and then 48-47 on one of the judges. I don't know where they got that. Yeah, but one judge had it 48-47. That was so odd. Yeah, anyways, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson wins unanimous decision here. Then in the co-main event, we had Donald Cowboy Cerrone versus Patrick the Predator Cote. And this was, welterweight clash. Donald Cerrone staying at welterweight for this fight instead of going to lightweight. And this was a TKO punches, third round stoppage victory for Donald Cerrone. He picked apart Patrick Cote in this fight. Patrick Cote, he was just outworked and outclassed every bit of the way. Donald Cerrone, he won those first 2 rounds pretty easily, and then just was able to finish them and capitalize off all the damage done in the first 2 rounds. And so round 3, he got it done, TKO punches. Then in the light heavyweight division, we had Steve Bosse versus Sean O'Connell. Yeah, Steve Bosse, I figured he would win this because he has insane knockout power. However, what shocked me is that this fight went to unanimous decision, and Sean O'Connell held his own as well as he did. Yeah, there was no 30-27s across the board for Steve Bosse. It was we were looking at 29-28 and 29-27, and then another 29-28. Sean O'Connell, he could have knocked out Steve Bosse at any moment, but Steve Bosse was getting the better of the striking, and this was primarily a boxing match, and Steve Bosse has knockout power. Sean O'Connell has some knockout power as well, don't get me wrong, but Steve Bosse, I've figured, this being in Canada and being native Canadian, play out in his favor, and he's a heavy hitter, and just pure knockout power for Steve Bosse with that boxing of his. So Steve Bosse wins unanimous decision over Sean O'Connell in the light heavyweight division. Then in the lightweight division, we had Olivier Aubin Mercier versus Thibaut Gulti. I believe I said that right. Thibaut Gulti. And this one was submission rear naked choke round 3. And Olivier, he's runner-up season 2, or runner-up Ultimate Fighter, the Nations, Canada versus Australia, fighting for Team Canada, and he lost to Chad Laprise in the finals, but he was still the runner-up on that show and still looked good, and still trains with the best of them, with George St. Pierre and whatnot. So Olivier, he's still a young guy. He's he won this fight pretty well. So, I mean, I think Olivier should have been able to finish this a little quicker, but still, a win's a win. But yeah, I think Olivier will he will get better from this fight. And I know I'm making it sound like he lost the fight. No, of course he didn't lose the fight. He won the fight. Submission rear naked choke round 3. But I just think Olivier should have walked through this guy a little easier. But Olivier is, yeah, he's gonna get better, and he's gonna get probably more dominant. But the higher up he moves, only time will tell how well he does against the top 5 and top 10 ranked guys at lightweight. Yeah, but I think he's definitely a prospect to look out for in the lightweight division. Since there's so many talented lightweights out there, but I think Olivier is definitely a standout lightweight. In the next 2-3 years, we'll be hearing more about him. Yeah, so Olivier, he wins round 3 impressively, nonetheless. Then to kick off the main card in women's flyweight bout, which is the first ever women's flyweight bout in UFC history, Joanne Calderwood and Valerie Letourneau. Yeah, this one, this one kind of shocked me. TKO, body kick and punches, round 3 victory for Joanne Calderwood. And I thought Valerie Letourneau, having home field advantage being Canada, she would really get some striking done on this and eventually wear out Joanne Calderwood and either win a decision or a late stoppage. But yeah, Joanne Calderwood, I mean, she's a top-ranked women's strawweight for a reason. Yeah, and I mean, if they open up a flyweight division for women in the UFC, then I mean, she's definitely someone to consider for that division. But yeah, I mean, she's right in the title mix with a couple more wins in the women's strawweight, so why not move back down to strawweight? And yeah, Joanne Calderwood is a talented fighter. Yeah, TKO punches, TKO body kick and punches. I mean, against a girl that fought for the title, who fought Joanna just in recent memory and gave her a run for her money in a sense. Went 5 rounds. Was in Valerie Letourneau. That's pretty impressive for Joanne to be able to finish her like this. So yeah, very impressive win for Joanne Calderwood. And that wraps up the post-fight show for MacDonald versus Thompson. Stay tuned for my next episode, which will be a pre-fight for Alvarez versus Dos Anjos for the UFC lightweight title. And that one, I believe, is exclusively on Fight Pass. And so definitely tune in for that one. Those Fight Pass cards are usually pretty good. And yeah, so until then, see ya.